You ever get that feeling that something deep inside you is shifting, but you can't quite put your finger on it? It's like all the things that used to matter so much are suddenly losing their shine. Well, if that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Let's dig into what could be happening on a much, much deeper level. It's this weird sensation, right? Like the whole world is buzzing along on one frequency, but you're just not tuned in anymore. So what if this isn't just a weird phase you're going through? What if it's actually a sign? A sign that your soul is getting close to the end of a very, very long journey. The incredible mind of Nikola Tesla was convinced that everything, and he meant everything, in our universe is all about energy, frequency, and vibration. And he wasn't just talking about building gadgets. He believed these same principles apply to the very core of our being, to the soul itself. So using that lens, let's look at the signs that your soul might just be in its final incarnation. Okay, so the very first sign is this quiet sense of detachment from all the stuff the world tells you is important. It's not some big dramatic event. It's more like a slow, gentle fade. Those old desires to have more, to be seen as more, to achieve more, they just start to dissolve. That big promotion you were chasing, suddenly it just seems like more work. That fancy car, it's just a piece of metal. All that ambition and drive for external validation starts to feel less like a goal and more like static, just noise. And it's so easy to mistake this feeling for being down or apathetic. But it's not that at all. It's clarity. Your soul isn't losing its passion. It's just outgrowing the shiny distractions that used to keep it busy. I mean, look at this shift. It's a total rewrite of your internal programming. The endless hunt for status, for stuff, for applause from other people, it gets replaced by this completely new hunger, a hunger for truth, for real silence, and for genuine meaning. It's a fundamental upgrade of your entire value system. And that detachment, it naturally leads right into the second sign, this incredibly powerful pull towards solitude. Now, this isn't about hiding from the world or becoming antisocial, not at all. It's a calling for a really important meeting with yourself. As Tesla pointed out, it's only when we turn down the volume on the world that our minds can actually hear anything important. And that noise he's talking about, it's not just sound. It's the constant flood of notifications, opinions, drama, and obligations that pull us a million miles away from our own center. So we have to completely redefine solitude. It stops being about escaping the world and instead becomes a gateway, a portal to your inner world. It's in that quiet, sacred space that your soul finally gets enough room to just breathe. And in that breath, it starts to remember what it's really all about. This brings us straight to the third sign, a brand new, almost overwhelming sensitivity. You start to feel like a bit of an outsider, not because anyone's pushing you away, but because you are, quite literally, vibrating on a different frequency from almost everything and everyone around you. Does any of this hit home? That feeling like you're a tourist walking through your own life? Or maybe you're always being told you're just too sensitive. Suddenly, small talk feels physically draining. You might even carry this deep ache that feels way older than you are, like you're missing a home you've never actually been to. These are the classic signs of an old soul waking up. But as you're navigating all these strange new feelings, the fourth sign starts to appear. And honestly, this one is beautiful. It's this awakening of your real purpose. And it's not guided by logic or pro and con lists. It's guided by this powerful inner compass. And right alongside it comes this deep, unconditional love for everything. You start to run on what you could call vibrational intelligence. It's like tuning an old school radio. You're not looking at the numbers on the dial, you're just turning it slowly until the music comes through crystal clear. You start making choices that look crazy on paper, but in your gut, in your soul, they feel 100% right. And check this out. There's some pretty amazing science that seems to back this up. The HeartMath Institute discovered that the electromagnetic field of the heart is a whopping 5,000 times stronger than the brain's. So what does that mean? It suggests that our feelings, our intuition, that's not just some fluffy concept. It's a real, measurable, and incredibly powerful form of perception. Maybe even more powerful than our logical mind. And this awakening seems to follow a pretty clear path. First, you just start to trust that inner gut feeling. That leads you to acting from intuition, not just what's logical. From there, it just naturally blooms into this deep compassion for all living things. And finally, you start to see that little divine spark in absolutely everyone and everything. And that brings us to the fifth And final sign, the most profound one of all, a deep sense of completion. It's this quiet, unshakable inner peace and a readiness to transcend this whole physical experience. It all boils down to this, a quiet readiness to just let go. Not with fear, not with sadness, but with this incredible sense of calm acceptance. The fight is over, the lessons have all been learned. In this final stage, the fear of death just fades. It's replaced by a kind of peaceful curiosity. The past finally loses its heavy grip on you. Forgiving yourself and others becomes almost effortless. That constant need to prove yourself, it vanishes. You can finally just rest in being. And from that place, gratitude for every single moment becomes your default setting. So that leaves us with one last question to chew on. When a soul reaches this state, this incredible place of peace and completion, is that really an ending? Or could it be something else entirely? Could it be that it's finally, after all this time, just going home?